Did the work in your house?
My name is Darrel Nikoleychuck. You guys did the work, I'm thinking, closing in just about 5 years here now. About 4.5 years, I guess. It'll be 5 years in October. So, quite a while.
So, tell me a bit about your project. What were you trying to achieve? What was your vision?
The project was actually a swim spa room, and I'm sure you'll have some pictures on your website there and whatnot, but basically it's a giant hot tub in an enclosed basement room that had to be waterproofed and had to withstand excessive amounts of humidity. So the challenge with the project was trying to figure out the right product to put on the walls that wasn't going to age, wear, was resistant to moisture, high humidity, so on and so forth. I wanted to have a look that was more like a cave or grotto-esque type thing, so it was a kind of a challenge to try to explain that vision to any company and have someone act and find a product that's going to work for that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So what objections or barriers, if any, did you have before working with ecowalls, and what reassured you in the end?
Well, initially, before I found ecowalls, I had a number of other contractors in here, and when I explained the vision to them, they looked at me like I had two heads. Couldn't figure out how to work, what kind of product would work. You know, it was very, very challenging, and so that was a big challenge until I found you guys, and were able to reassure me that you knew how to do the work and had the appropriate product that would work, and so that was definitely something that was very important to us. You were able to talk my language and stuff. So,
how did you guys feel after the project was done? Were your expectations met?
Absolutely, yeah. It was. I mean, every day we get, every time someone sees the room, people are blown away. They just can't believe what it looks like, the product and whatnot. So it definitely exceeds our expectations in terms of individuality and creativity as well.
One of the concerns that people have about doing this type of finish is the longevity, since it's not as hard as traditional finishes. Can you talk about how the plaster has held up for the past 5 years?
The plaster's actually looks as good as it the day it was installed for the most part. It's held up, and like in terms of the moisture and humidity and that type of thing, performed absolutely flawlessly. I couldn't ask for a better product.
Are there any core beliefs that you believe that you and I connected on based on your experience?
Well, by virtue of you being here right now is a pretty good example of that. The vast majority of contractors that I've dealt with in some other areas, I pay them their money and they're gone, and I don't even have their phone number. So for the ability to be able to talk to you, 5 years after the fact, and we rely on you to do other jobs, and you just did some exterior painting here for free in the summertime and whatnot, that speaks volumes to the level of service you provide and the trustworthiness and whatnot that you have. So that's very important.
So how would you rate us out of 10 on the following: integrity, skill, flexibility, which is the willingness to work with you to achieve your vision, and reliability?
Which I would say on those levels, like I said, you're very close to a 10 or 10, so that's very good. Like any project, there's always issues that come up when other contractors run late, and projects are pushed back and other things come up. But in terms of flexibility and that type of thing, it's always been fantastic. So. Okay.
And would you recommend clay or lime plasters to your friends or business colleagues? Number one, and number two, would you recommend ecowalls?
Absolutely, yeah. The clay and the plaster is something so unique that it's even hard to articulate to people. When people look at it, they get to touch it and feel it, and never see anything like it. So, yes, I would recommend it. And of course, as far as that goes, you're probably the best guy to install it. So, yeah, no problem there at all.
All right, great. Well, Darrel, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick.